Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Next Level Official Podcast show. The boys are here. We got New Face. Oh man, we just got charged for that. And we got Palo down below where he belongs. What do you guys
Palo
been up to,
below.
man?
Nothing much, man.
This was we've already had this discussion. That's what we heard.
So
just trying to make it as comfortable for you.
So I don't know.
Early too.
It's true. I don't know if you guys have watching any good TV shows lately. Seems like I've kind of been in this TV show mode where I'm just, trying to scope out some new stuff. Have you guys seen?
Supposed to be coming out already, and it's not really coming out.
Well, yeah. I mean, we cleared out the Cobra Kai that you liked, and it was a great show. So we're waiting for the next one for that.
We need to all get caught up on the Boys next.
Boys episode 5 dropped on Friday, so this is Saturday, right?
Yep.
So we have another one coming around the corner. It's been juicy, like every single one of them. They keep getting a little bit more crazier each time. So
I'm gonna get caught up on it. Hopefully, next episode we can talk about episode 5.
I hope so,
and to get some spoilers done.
Tired.
I still have to watch like season 1 and
oh my god!
And then someone's got to watch
mind.
season 1, and someone else has got to finish The Mandalorian. So while he's watching all these new shows, he's forgetting to take care of business.
So
I'm just saying.
So speaking of new shows and not taking care of business, we do have a new show called Ratchet. Have you guys seen this?
I've seen parts of the first episode and I couldn't stomach it. I just couldn't do it.
Couldn't stomach it.
So for those, give us a rundown of what the show is, Palo.
You're a guy.
No. How am I supposed to give a rundown? If
You told me about it.
I saw the first 10 minutes.
Okay, so let me give you a whole deal. So we have Stanley Kubrick is the original director of the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Now, this show is in reference to the nurse Ratchet that was from that movie. So it's basically her, I'm assuming, like prior to the whole movie.
It's like the prequel.
Right, and I don't know if the hospital is the same. So I haven't done any digging or looking at any trivia or kind of putting 1 and 2 together with this yet. So I don't know the name of the hospital that she's at in the original movie, and I don't know if that's the one that she's in the show. But
so it's got an older vibe to it, right? It's got a more
1940s
classic vibe.
Yeah, it's that 1940s vibe. Really, really well done. The authenticity of like the clothing and just the way they are, vehicles. Really, really, really well done. Some of the views, man, I really got to say the cinematography, I think, is what really kind of got me hooked just because these awesome camera angles, aerial views, storytelling is very, very well done. So I will say the first episode is a little bit on the boring side because it's whole origin. You're getting to know her, who she is, but some interesting shit does happen that kind of, I feel, kind of hooked me to get me to watch, okay, let's see what's going on. Where's this leading?
Okay.
It's not super action, but it has some really thrill shit. But the whole thing about it is it's real psychological, just in the way she thinks, like what she does to get to where she is. I mean, it's pretty fucking cool.
So what you're trying to say is I have to pay attention.
That's going to be difficult.
It's like watching a. And this is where? Where is it at, noob? Let's see if you can tell us where it's from.
What? I'm sorry?
Where would one go to watch Ratchet?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna want to watch,
it's Netflix.
Definitely Netflix.
I love doing that to you because it's like the ones you tell you always forget.
No. I knew where it was, but I had another server type home spot in mind, but that place is always broken. It's always down for repair, maintenance.
I'd agree with you. I just thought it was really slow. Maybe it's not my kind of movie. Like one of the things is like, you always. Yeah, show, whatever the F.
Show, movie,
whatever. I think you got to be like, sometimes when people tell you about stuff, like you got to be like in a really good space to watch it. Like, because some of the funniest movies I've ever watched, like I'll tell my buddy about it or something, and then they watch it because I'm like, you need to watch that shit tonight. And then they watch it and they're like, that was the stupidest movie ever. And I'm like, man, that was what's wrong with you? And I felt that way with Cobra Kai. Like I watched the first 2 episodes. I didn't really think anything of it. And then circle back when it's on Netflix and you guys were talking about it. I was like, let me give it another try. I loved it. So I think it's maybe this is the same kind of movie. Like you gotta get a TV show. You gotta
It's
get
like
through
any
it.
TV show. You have to get past like the first like one, maybe like 2 episodes to like
Yeah,
really
it's
like.
not. It doesn't look cheesy. It's kind of like that psychological thriller aspect of it. It starts out kind of telling a little bit of a story. So, we'll probably have to start watching it. Me and the wifey, we started watching it last night, and it was just like, oh, can we watch something else? And I'm like,
So
all
right
right.
now,
Murder, She Wrote.
watching all the rest of it, right?
Dude, I would not doubt that. I started her off on that. I was like, hey, maybe want to watch Cobra Kai with me. She's like, oh, I'll watch it. And she's like lying in bed. And then like all of a sudden I come back and she's like in season 2, episode 4 already. I'm like, whoa. I said, just watch season 1. I was going to catch up with you. And she's like,
Man.
well, I just figured you were going to watch it when you were like at your desk. And I'm like, damn. I was like, that's the last time I tell you about any of my good shows. Gonna keep those close to the chest.
You gotta season in before you start spreading out the word for it.
I know. I was like, man, you just said we need to spend some time. Let's watch something. And boom, she watched it. Watched it all. She was like, oh, it's really good. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And I'm like, that's usually what I get to do.
You need to tell that subscription service to just cut her off.
I know. It's me. So we got some Henry Cavill news. Cavill. What's going on with him?
So we hear it's this total rumor mill kind of deal. As a matter of
I
fact,
like
about the
rumors.
rumors.
Bella, why don't you talk about
I
this?
like
Because
rumors
you're more
because
the
then
DC.
we can't be right or wrong.
Yeah.
No, well,
Bella, you're
wrong.
more the
It's
DC
just-
fanboy. You lead this and tell us about what this is.
Batman. I'm just saying that's what
Batman?
It is. No, Batman. No, Batman is back in production, but that's another story. But Man of Steel,
It
Henry
wouldn't hurt
Cavill.
me if that movie never got made. So
Oh,
Patty
why am
Sin.
I?
I have a
Wow,
I have a new
I'm so
worst
hurt.
Batman,
What?
and I haven't even seen him
You haven't
yet.
even
Like
seen him.
on my list, it's like Clooney. Like you know what? I'll give Val
Oh, here we
Kilmer a
go.
little bit ahead of Clooney because he's a
we go.
badass.
Here we
I know
go.
he is a badass.
No.
Pattison is gonna slide in right down
No.
there,
No.
and Ben Affleck.
No.
Ben Affleck has been
No.
raging back and forth. So
No.
Patty
No.
Sin's already at the bottom.
How do you? How
It goes
how do you
back.
decide
Actually, I put Chris O'Donnell above Patterson. Okay, I put
He's
Robin
Robin.
that?
above
Robin?
Pattinson.
So Cavill may have a new deal, may not.
Yeah.
We don't know the.
It's
the
a
spread has been
rumored.
out there.
it's a 3 DC movie deal, which is actually pretty cool. And since
I'm
we're
glad.
talking about this
I like
superhero
him.
kind of deal, did you guys see The Rock's latest Instagram post? Since we're just talking about some superhero shit right now,
I don't normally keep
I did see
men
that.
all
Yeah.
juicy.
You did
and
see it,
stuff
right?
On my Instagram.
So
He was,
apparently
he was
yeah. So
flexing.
so apparently he had some trouble with his gate. There was a power outage, and he had to get to work, and he literally ripped off his fucking gate to his house with his bare fucking hands, shredded the fucking metal that was
pulled it off the concrete.
pulled it out the concrete, fucking like, and it laid it on his lawn, threw it on his lawn, and
So
the
he
guys
used
were
leverage.
yeah,
Science.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
Science.
yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
not learn that from Karate Kid?
Hey, why don't you go tell him that? All
I
right,
will.
you go fucking tell him fucking leverage and see what he tells your ass.
Can I have your phone
All
real
right?
quick? So
Because
I
I'm
can
pretty
put
sure
it
he's
through
gonna
your
leverage your shit real quick.
You'll be like, you smell what I'm cooking?
Oh man,
Smells
he's like,
enchiladas.
have you ever sniffed your own ass, son? Because I'm gonna show you right now how to do it.
It's gonna be like Dante and Clerks.
Yeah.
You ever go down
Yeah.
on yourself?
So what movies do you guys think are going to be coming with that rumor with
I-
3
I-
movies?
I hope if this Justice League comes out and it's good as like everyone's hoping it will be. Like I hope there's a follow on for that, like kind of the expansion as the group, because you have Wonder Woman who's been kicking ass, right? We're just waiting for that next one, right? Man
Yeah.
of Steel, like I loved him as as Superman, and so continuing him going on with that. I don't know what's going on with Batman and the Fleck. If he's gonna
The Fleck.
The Fleck.
if
Wow.
he's gonna come back or not. For
You guys
that.
have nicknames for each other?
I know, right?
Like the Fleck.
If he was a better actor, I would use his whole name. But
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna give
we
him
gotta-
the Fleck.
Let me ask you guys a question. What would you think of a Flash movie? because I honestly
Well, no, the
like
Flash
the
movie
guy
is
who
coming.
I
The Flash
like
movie
the
is coming.
but the guy who was in the Justice League as the Flash is making the
Yes.
Flash. Oh, I thought he
Okay,
was
was there
good,
some
dude.
drama behind him? Was he like
Yeah.
Did he all get big on himself like the dudes in the remember in
No,
There was
Matrix
some-
the two brothers
yes, I know.
and one of them got like all crazy
Tank.
Tank. He's like, oh
No,
shit.
no,
Like
it
in the
wasn't
rain,
Tank.
I was in the
It
Matrix.
was
No, it was the
As
other
far
one.
as far as I know, he's still going to be playing the Flash in the Flash movie.
Dude,
far
he
as I know.
looked homeless on that DC
Oh.
weekend deal that we saw the other day. Man, he
He's
looked
all
like a
hoboed
homeless
out.
dude. He looks. I was like, who the
Just
fuck
scruffy.
is that? Yeah, no, he was homeless. He looked like he had been out on the street.
That
They're like,
COVID
hey,
at home was
Get
hitting him
in
hard.
here. We have a video to film. Let's go.
Not even
It's like-
not even the Flash can get past the COVID.
So I think
Yeah.
that one's gonna be. I think that one will be a really good movie to watch if
Well-
anything gets released, a Flash movie. But as far as
There
Henry
was some.
Cavill, I'm really hoping, honestly, with 3 movies, right? He's already done Man of Steel. So if he does 2 extras and completes a trilogy, that's 2 out of the 3 movie deal that he gets, and then maybe Justice League Part 2. Is what I'm hoping for. That would be really good. But I would love to see him complete a series, like a Christopher Reeve style, because when Bryan Singer directed and Brendan Ruth played the Superman Returns, that was a one kind of deal. It kind of faded. Although I kind of enjoyed it.
It wasn't that bad one.
It wasn't that bad. It was a nice homage to Christopher Reeve because I know they did a lot of like shots, that were kind of mimicked in that whole Christopher Reeve scenario. But I just hope Henry Cavill gets a shot to fully do a series.
Well, I mean,
There's some good stuff happening over there.
One at a time, guys.
well, yeah. Now that you guys can hear me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, jump in. What were we gonna say?
no. What I was saying is that I can, I
Okay,
can
that's
pretty
enough.
much bet. Oh, wow! Wow, you just lost some subscribers there.
Tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel, Bub.
No, I'm saying like there's gonna be a third movie. There's gonna be another Man of Steel coming out. There's gonna be another Justice League. Second one. I keep thinking there's a third, but the second one. I'm thinking of Batman versus Superman.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, and then
Because technically, like that's kind of like second-ish.
yeah, I can see what
Is
you're
it?
talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I totally forgot about that one.
That's
Actually,
the one where Ben Affleck still sucked as Batman.
That's the one that Speedy hasn't watched.
He was like a chunky Batman. He's like got all this shit on him. He's like,
He was thick, bro.
Well, if you remember, that's the way
comic
it was
books-
in the Frank Miller version. There was an iron version of the Batman where he had nothing but armor on because
Don't
that was his first encounter with
make
Superman.
excuses
if you remember-
for
It's the
Fleck.
fucking comic.
don't make
Fleck was not
Don't
that
make
bad.
excuses
for
Fleck was-
Fleck. No, I just like
No, I'm
I
calling
was just
him
like
Fleck.
You know
keeping
what?
on.
No,
No, you calling him Fleck.
No,
I'm just
you
waiting for
know.
Pattison to come around. Pattison, and then we'll see if he glistens in the bat suit
Oh,
like he
my
does
Wow.
during all his
wow.
other
Somebody-
movies.
wow.
We need to send him this
So-
video.
I think
Come over.
If
Speedy
he
is just
watches it-
mad that
Anything for
that
ratings, baby.
Fleck
Anything
is,
for ratings.
Fleck is no longer Daredevil. I think that's the problem. I think you're just sad that he's no longer Daredevil, and you've had a grudge ever since.
The people in
That's the
DC
truth.
don't talk about that movie anymore.
Yeah,
That-
No one
that and
talks
Green
about
Lantern.
it anymore.
That and
They're
Green
like,
Lantern.
we never did that one and Green Lantern. We'll just put
Dude,
those over here in
I'm
this
gonna tell
section
you,
here.
the hidden gem in Daredevil was by far Colin Farrell as Bullseye. It never got any better than that guy as
Oh,
Bullseye,
that's
bro.
So stupid.
Oh my god!
So stupid.
But okay,
Remember when
so,
he killed the guy with the paperclip? How the fuck do you do that?
see, like that's when they get cheesy, and then all of a sudden the next one after that's Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, fucking walking around
Oh,
shooting
no,
people.
we don't
like-
talk about
and
that
then
one.
That's like
We don't
that's
talk
when
about
they
that
get
one
Hey
either.
crazy.
guys, chill, chill.
That's when they get crazy.
Chill, guys.
But did you also hear? There's rumors too that they wanted Joaquin Gilbert.
Joaquin?
I mean, noob Joaquin. They wanted
That's
right.
Joaquin to do get locked in for 2 more of his
For 50 million.
for 50 mil, man. So
So-
I don't know.
That's
We
a
haven't
lot.
really heard anything else past
But that's
the
but that's a
initial rumor.
separate. Now that's a separate universe. That's the whole.
But like
It is
it's
a
still
separate universe.
DC good. Like
Did you guys like that movie?
I loved
like
it.
that.
Oh, I loved it, dude. I saw it like 3 fucking times. I
To
thought
me,
it was amazing.
it was like of all the villains that you have out there, that's the one that we know the most. Like we see the most and is most interacting with things, but he's not like you don't know anything about him. And like this one kind of set out that story, and it was in the fact that it was like so in an
It
aspect of
wasn't
not
comic.
being, yeah, not being. He wasn't the funny Romero one. He wasn't the goofy this dude. He was like just a
He
normal
wasn't the
person.
gangster.
Yeah, he wasn't the. Oh man, I hate that one.
He wasn't. He wasn't the clown
he
prince of
hate
crime
that one?
everyone thought he was. He is in
what's
the
his
stages
face
of
as
becoming.
in the Joker?
Yeah.
What's his face? Oh man, stupid as
Who?
Joker. What's homeboy with the tattoo on the hand?
Oh, Jared Leto.
Oh no.
Leto?
I'm not
Oh.
talking about that. I'm not talking about that one.
Oh, I was gonna say, man. That
Wait.
Leto one was-
Hold on, Bello. I
I'm talking
kind
about
of
the
get this.
older
I get a sense. Okay, there was Jack Nicholson. There was
Jack
Romero.
Nicholson. Okay, Jack Nicholson. That's what I was talking about.
How do you not know?
Jack
couldn't
Nicholson?
Think about it. I couldn't.
So-
Jack Nicholson
limited
is like the
parts,
comic.
left and right here.
It's like the comic version of the Joker, like in that clean kind of like Batman like viewpoint of it. Romero's like the funny TV actor one because of the times, like you couldn't have like something really violent on TV, so they went the complete opposite. Leto was just like the stain on your pants when they just couldn't get to the restroom in time.
They introduced them way too early, and the
I
thing
don't
is
like
that
it. I don't like that one at all. Like
I don't
not-
like it either. But
not one tiny bit, but like this one, the reason I think this one resonated so much is because they humanized him so much. Like
That's true.
he
That's
was like someone like at one point in time he felt like picked on. Like they humanized him so much, and then like his ascension to the Joker. Like you could see like how it was like society just shitting on him constantly to get him.
so
to
you
mean, I
kind of
didn't-
feel for him. So
yeah,
I kind of feel
felt
like
bad for him, and then
I felt
the
like
shit
you
he
didn't
did
like
was
it.
like I
I
It
don't
was
know.
like those flawed
it-
heroes, but it was like the flawed, like the villain version of it. Like
I think.
Batman's a flawed hero.
Yeah.
He does vigilante shit, and then
vigilante shit does.
but he's trying to do good, and where you have the opposite, where he was trying to do good, and he just went the complete crazy way. So
And I'm not gonna rag on that Joker version.
it's more
just-
artistic.
yeah, it was very artistic and it's very humanizing. I guess I was just so used to like the older versions, like where Joker was just like diabolical, like badass, and to see like.
I know which
this
Joker
version,
you liked. You were like in the Lego Batman Joker type. You like
No.
the Mark Hamill, the cartoon version.
Nah,
Yeah,
I never watched that.
I see it.
Never,
I see
never watched
it.
that.
So
I mean, I would be interested to see like what would come after this movie. Like that's where I want to see like where it's gonna get like I can see it getting like,
hope,
really
like-
wicked.
I bought that movie. I enjoyed it. I watch it. I've watched it several times, and like each time, it's like the more you find out about it, like how they filmed it. Like I think it's just really cool, and it just went a different, complete way, and not like the Tim Burton. Like the first Tim Burton one was like cool, and then it went a little bit crazier and crazier. Like I think this one was like based on reality, and like there wasn't like any super explosions, him like jumping into a vat of crap.
And I'm on good
It's so
for
cool.
another movies, but
It's
like
cool.
spread it out, more. Like you're gonna do this, do it.
I wish they had a
somebody
timeline
else.
like Marvel. Like Marvel's like has this timeline set, so like movies are coming out in sequence.
Yeah.
And so
Right now with DC, it from everything that was from before, everything was just chaotic, and then they did Suicide Squad and introduced like 20 people, and then they did Justice League. It was just too much too soon. They should have stuck to something like how Marvel does, where everything's in sequence.
Too much too soon. Got to ease it in for him.
Honestly,
Damn, I didn't get
Speaking
no
of
reaction
which,
from that one.
I honestly feel, man, they
Concentrating.
really need to just leave it. I
I could see that too.
And the only reason why is because of the fact, like Speedy said, he was a humanized version of the Joker, and it wasn't so much as his diabolical thinking in the beginning that made him such. I think that kind of frame of mind comes later, but there is a fine line between like the Gotham comic world versus the world that the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, plays is in, and you don't want to rub those elements together, because then it takes away from how he made it, and I would not want to see that movie tainted. But the thing is it's so hard for I guess not directors as much, but the
studios,
production studios,
on something,
because all they fucking want to do is, hey man, we made a fucking, we almost made $1 billion. Let's do another movie and let's make $2 billion. And they're just like, and they just like,
and that's what I mean. Like, what are they going to do with a second and a third movie without introducing a version of the Batman? Because you don't have the Joker without.
And then comes the gadgets,
really
and
tough.
then
I think it's tough. I think it's unless you get Pattinson's little Batman to come in.
But that's what I mean. Like, they're supposed to be separate.
Yeah.
No, they are separate, but he's just hypothetically, but I get that. And that's exactly what I think of. I think of the long-term aspect of where is this movie headed? The only way it can go is into if they do, let's just hypothetically say, do another 2 movies, it's going to go into that realm of the Batman where you begin to introduce.
It has to, or it's going to get boring.
Exactly.
I wonder if they'll do since this is kind of, because it was an origin kind of story for the Joker, if they're going to kind of introduce Batman, but like he's still a little kid, so you're having to deal with the Joker, and then
you saw him in this last one, right? You saw Bruce in this one, so like it would have to be a time gap in there for it to realistically, you get all nerdy and shit, but like it would have to be time gap for him to become, for all that stuff to happen, and like.
But I mean, the Joker's already like in his late 30s, early 40s in this one. So by the time Batman becomes Batman, Joker's going to be 60s. Joker's going to be like this. I know, crown prince of crime. I'm an elder god of crime.
So, aside for that pissing us off, if they go that way, PS5 sales went live way before they were supposed to, and you got consumers that are pissed all over the place. I think, what did we say, dude?
Like pissing all over the place.
They're like, they run up to Target.
I'm just so mad. I'm just going to be everywhere.
They run up to them. So they were supposed to come out on the Thursday. What happened, dude? What happened?
They came out. They started advertising Wednesday evening. Walmart was the first one to go live, sold out of their consoles. Then came Target. Best Buy followed suit. Amazon, I believe, is still in the mix more. I don't know if they sold out. It's not. I'm pretty sure.
Snowballed.
But it just snowballed, chaotic effect. Now, Sony did release a statement talking about the chaos, apologizing, and saying that there will be additional pre-orders available.
Yeah, they busted out on the Twitter, said everyone's going to get more. They're going to release more towards the end, so fingers crossed.
So hopefully, for all those people that didn't get one, will get it. But there was a lot of funny memes from Best Buy because apparently people had PlayStations in their carts for 30 minutes to an hour, clicking on the checkout button.
Once you got one in there, you ain't going nowhere, right? You're like, I'm staying at this computer, honey. Bring me a bucket. I'm gonna poop and pee in here.
A bucket.
So I ain't going nowhere.
So it's a kind of feels bad, man, situation with everything that went on. But as we were talking earlier about this, I mean, I came across with the sense like, okay, let's take Walmart, for example. They only have 200 consoles to sell, period. Whether they sold it on time or they sold it ahead of time, they capped out at what they had. So was it really a marketing ploy to increase their sales? I think not, only because I was thinking in terms of consoles. Speedy made a good point because it brings the people in to or online to buy additional controllers, games, whatnot. But I also feel that's a given. Anybody who buys a new console is always looking for an additional game to go with it, and more than likely an additional controller.
And that's the thing with the retailers too, is because they're making little to nothing off the console itself. Yeah. It's the accessories and everything else that that they're gonna push for, that they're making their money off of.
So, I mean, it would have been nice to have, personally, would it have been better for them to have, if they went live early, to have a fucking bundle deal? Like they fucking had, Walmart had their own bundle deal, and fucking Target had their own bundle deal. Hey, get a $10 Target gift card if you not only buy the system online, but you buy a controller with it.
They'll probably do that. They'll probably do that in round 2, which will be closer to the holidays.
I think part of it too is like, hey, they want to get things sold, get it on their books, right? They want to be the first one to sell out, so then you can be the first one to tell Sony, hey, I need more. Like, look, I'm pushing your product.
The retailers are desperate for money, man.
Yeah, I
That's why they're
mean,
just
and then like,
So you think this is all the desperation ploy? Like you think
no,
this was
I don't think it's
I
a
think it's-
desperation ploy. I think someone screwed up at Walmart and they put their shit live by accident. And
They
like once
screwed
one
up.
person, no, and I think it could have been like I think honestly like maybe they set the time up incorrectly, but as soon as one mofo did it, everyone else has to do it. Like there's
But
not.
why do they have to though? I mean, no one forced
Why
them.
do
They
you
could
have to?
follow.
if it was a mistake, they could have easily just taken it off. They could have easily.
Nah,
just
man.
taken it
Once
off.
you open the floodgate,
GameStop's
once you open a floodgate, you cannot. You can't get the
So-
toothpaste back in the tube, bro. Once you open it, push it out.
But you can.
You're gonna piss so many people off, and you're gonna lose that
course.
ability. So once they
And that's
went
what I mean.
live,
That's
it
what
went
the
live.
desperation was.
But
They didn't advertise that they went live. I think someone found out that their system was set to go live, and then they went live. And as soon as that happened, every
They
other
jumped.
mofo just hit the switch and they went. And that's why you had issues with Best Buy, right? Because they weren't prepared to go. Like they're trying to follow the rules.
they weren't going to
That's
be
on the
prepared
setup.
either way. It was only a day. They were never prepared. It was going to happen either way. Their shit was
So-
going to go down. But it's
So
expected.
this goes back to now we got what the 22nd, is that right, for Xbox
For Xbox.
Series?
Xbox
So we got
goes
S
live
and X.
22nd.
What was
So,
funny
like,
is that
Are
immediately
we gonna have the
after
same
the
shit
place.
that's gonna happen?
Well, what?
Do you think it's the same thing's gonna happen?
No. So
Because like,
right after.
I think this
Hold on.
is just normal for them because they sell like someone will sell shit early too. Like if you go in like at 11 o'clock at night sometimes.
Well, now you got me thinking, bitch, because now I'm like, fuck, I'm going to start checking my shit Tuesday night, and I'm going to be fucking refreshing my screen because if that shit goes live, daddy's hunting.
So Xbox
tell you why.
after this whole chaos happened, they like immediately tweeted out. They're like, no, we're gonna give you specific times. We're gonna be more organized. Like just throwing like their shade over on Sony and like just the stupid chaos.
It wasn't Sony's fault. It was the retailer's fault. So like
You're right. Oh no, you're right.
I'm
but-
like, and Sony like told them, hey, we're going to bring more systems to sell anyway. So supposedly they're going to bring more systems to market than Xbox was going to bring. So, and then like, you're talking about value wise, like the $3.99 version is going to be so much better than $2.99. Like, why would you spend $2.99 on a digital content and get lower grades of everything when you could get the $3.99 if they were just apples to apples? You're talking about
About the PlayStation?
yeah, because the PlayStation, the 5, the digital one's $3.99.
$3.99. You were saying $2.99.
Yeah, $2.99 for the Xbox S. I mean the Xbox Series X.
It's
S.
those kind of mistakes that happen with PlayStation that got everybody like triggered. You can get people triggered.
Hey
saying,
man,
oh, it's $2.99. What?
if you go digital content wise, there's no reason to go to the Series S, like because the Xbox Series S one is such a lower quality system, and for $100 more, if you're trying to get like the most out of your stuff, and you're looking at exclusives,
I totally agree. Yeah,
you're gonna go PlayStation. Like
because with the
thing that sells-
PlayStation, the only thing that's different is gonna be the disc. You're not losing out on quality. You're not losing out on performance.
Yeah.
But with the Xbox, you are losing out on performance. So with that $100, not only comes a loss, savings of $100, but you're not getting the performance that you could if you just spent the $100 more. So effectively speaking, fork over that fucking extra $100 and get your shit an Xbox
people are
One
going to
X.
argue, right? Because they're saying it's a different target. It's a different target, right? It's for the ones that are not good. Yeah, it's not. It's the ones that are doing the 1080p, but they're not really going to 2K, 4K, whatever the hell it is. I'm like, whoever said that? Like, who bought an Xbox 360 or an Xbox One and was like, I'm gonna go play it on this cathode ray tube and be satisfied with what I see.
It's got the best refresh rate.
Yeah, it's gonna be so beautiful.
Oh my god.
Oh,
If my TV doesn't weigh 500 pounds, then you ain't doing it right.
If my TV's
my
not
God.
integrated into a TV stand and a bookshelf, then I don't want to be playing it on it. If I don't have to buy 7 adapters just to get the video to play on it, I don't want to play it.
If your TV doesn't come encased in wood, then you ain't doing it right.
If your TV doesn't
there
have
was a
grandma's knickknacks on it and a dolly,
Knickknacks.
it ain't worth playing.
If your
Remember
TV
Grandma
don't
had-
come in
Grandma had all those-
case,
had
if your
all that
TV
stuff
doesn't
on
come
it.
encased in wood and have 10,000 boxes of Avon on it, you ain't doing it right.
If there's not one glass figurine on
Oh
it,
my
I don't
God.
want to play it. I don't want to play it if there's not one glass figurine on it.
I'm telling
Gotta
you,
be
I
cow
don't
or
want to play
chicken.
it.
It's gonna be
So-
cow or chicken.
So I kind of like the whole idea. It seems to me if someone was honestly looking for their best bet and to see their money stretch the furthest, it would be to purchase a Series X, right? Just spend the additional money and then get yourself the digital version of the PlayStation because you're not losing out in that realm at all. That's in
If
all
you're gonna-
honesty what
if
I'm
you're
going to do.
If you're gonna grab both, right? But not everyone's
yeah,
normally gonna grab both. I think
mean-
I think it's a really hard decision. Like I thought this was gonna be a much easier decision earlier. Like
I mean, my
because-
decision is I don't know where you guys are getting almost $1,000.
I'm not gonna get that.
Consoles.
We already
it's not-
told
I mean-
you the secret to getting the 3080 and the 3090. You just have to join in. Dead hand.
buddy.
Remember? Dead hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's keep this PG.
So I mean, I hope Xbox. I feel Xbox is definitely going to capitalize on having a better structure as far as the pre-sale goes. But I definitely feel the better bang is going to be
I
with
don't
the
think
Series
that really
X.
matters, man. People fucking stand in line. I stood in
That's
line
true.
with
That's
you
true too. But
for
listen,
360, bro.
but here we're going to go. How are things going to happen now with the pandemic? Let me ask you this: do you think it's still going to get crowded?
Yeah, people
People
are
are still going to be waiting.
People are
You think people?
stupid. Yeah, people are stupid. They'll be out there.
I
think we
feel
lost
it.
Balo
Okay.
for a second. He's frozen.
Oh, no.
We'll keep going. No, I think what we'll have is
At
that
least he's smiling.
oh,
there
there
he-
he is.
Oh, there he
again.
is. There he is, bro.
There he
You pulled the
is.
John B. You pulled the John B.
We're like, he's looking. He's got that thought.
Hold on.
He's
No,
staring.
I gotta go call Jordy. This is some bullshit. What the hell happened?
I think people are dumb. They'll still go into stores if there's a chance that they'll be in the stores. But like with everything that's been selling online lately, I think most of them are going to be sold out online. If you're going to go through it, like they have some of those options. Like Xbox has made it really easy to try to get through that one company that they work with. So they're probably going to kick back on that financing deal. And so most people are just probably they're getting used to buying stuff online with the pandemic. And so all that stuff will be shipped to you if you want more things, like controllers, games, digital.
How much
at
longer
least-
do you think GameStop has? 1-2 more years? I mean, they're closing a bunch of stores this year.
In
I
all
think-
honesty, bro, I think
they're going to
if
have to
they-
pivot, dude. Pivot!
Yeah.
Pivot!
They're-
No, they're really going to have to do a shift in their entire gaming structure.
They have to
in-
do an
in-
about step, man. That's
So
about
this is
step.
why. So I don't think I mentioned this last time, but this is why I felt they
Speedy knows what I'm talking about.
I know
they
what you're
began
talking
to-
about.
They began to bring back all the retro, right? Because they did it before when they were doing good. When GameStop was at the top of their game, we don't do retro. We don't buy back any old consoles. Now that they started fucking losing source,
Yeah,
shit,
but they're
we take
shitty
all-
consoles, dude. They don't
Oh, no,
fix
no, no,
anything.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. This is what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to somehow get involved in. Look, if they're going to stay in the game, they need to start offering better prices on their trade-in values, period. Because to me, GameStop is like a theater, right? They don't make money off the initial ticket sales, the initial games, right? They make money, hardcore money off of
Yeah,
those
off the resales.
trade
That's
in,
why
off
they
the resales, off the
bend
pre-
you over.
I
And,
just
but
don't see
they-
that happening.
yeah.
I just
Exactly.
really don't
So-
see that
but
happening.
that's the thing, though. If they don't change that market, they're going down. Period.
So,
Because
right,
they're
it's
combating
hard.
against they're combating against a digital market that is already well in place and solidified. That shit ain't going nowhere.
well, the systems are making it such that like now there's a system that you can only get it. So like if you get a digital system, you're gonna be buying your stuff directly from the manufacturer, right?
And it
They don't
cuts
have
out the middleman.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yep.
They're, and then you know what?
Which is-
they're juicy about that stuff because
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't pay for shipping, they don't pay for disc, they don't pay for the dude building it. They don't have to do any of that stuff. They just got to keep the servers running, which they already have, and just load that stuff across.
So
But, like,
is
with-
so do you
with-
feel go ahead. I'm sorry.
But with like GameStop, like they're gonna have to change. Like they're gonna have to make it like what I envision, like comic stores and game stores that like have people come in and you want to socialize there. Like they have to create an environment like that where you can't.
And
like,
them tiny little stores ain't gonna be
dude,
no.
well, and that's what I'm saying, because like I read an article, I don't know, it was last year before the pandemic, and they were trying out a couple of different places. Like you've seen those gaming areas where like
Are they trying to
your
have
own,
bangs?
yeah, like you have your own little booth kind of gaming deal, and basically there's like a little
Gross.
like there's a chair or no, it's
I'm
they're
gonna
like
take a
little small
black light in
rooms.
that room.
Yeah, yeah, there's cameras. Trust me.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
So it
Oh,
kind of
Hey,
come
let me
on.
finish. So, like, basically, like, you go there to game, and like, it's set up like those computer gaming areas kind of deal where you can play in an Xbox or PlayStation, but they reroute your gameplay up to like the screen. So, like, you're checking out disc and you're playing them in those things. Like, you're buying time to play. Like, it has to be something social because
it's a gaming lounge.
GameStops are dead.
Yeah, in Korea they have these things called bangs, which are like the hangouts for all the gaming crowd, right? And they have all the gaming consoles, but the deal is these places are extremely popular because it offers them the ability to socialize while playing the games. And the thing is they stay open 24 fucking hours or 24/7 places,
Yeah,
right? And they bred some of the top fucking pro gamers, right? So let's
bred
think
them?
about this, and let's
They
say.
Test
Well,
tubes.
that's where they were fucking. That's where they trained and shit. That's where they put on
They were,
Eye of
like,
the Tiger and
slicing
fucking and did
eggs
thumb
and
games.
sperms together.
Whoa, calm it
Making,
down.
making
No, I have no
bread
idea
is-
what you're talking
I
You
about.
don't know
said
where you're
bread,
going with
bro.
that.
Okay,
I'm just
let's.
following what you said.
Oh, you're not.
You
No,
said bread. Roll the tape back, Steve.
It could have been
Roll it back.
It could have been Wonder Bread. so the whole thing is like you feel a good tactic for GameStop were to create a social environment to include the gaming, right? A place for them to go. You think that would you think that would keep them in the game? Keep them alive?
I
don't know.
They need to survive this whole COVID staying home thing. They need to survive that.
No, I think that this just literally showed them how small they are.
No,
right?
You're absolutely right. But that's what I mean. Like,
They've been
unless
feeling
they
the
change
pinch
now,
for a while,
like,
because
That's
Amazon's
true.
been coming
That's
in.
true.
Amazon, when
That's
it goes
true.
into a market, Amazon fucking headbutts people.
I mean, like,
Well, have you
you need to
seen-
be like the restaurants that were all losing business because they weren't getting anybody in. So they all started doing curbside. Everybody started doing curbside, and they started, it started coming back. That's what I mean.
Okay,
Like, they need.
but
that
let's just
pivot.
say so you think so let's just say GameStop started offering free delivery to your fucking house, right? Let's just say
Yeah.
they did that, right? Now,
Amazon does it. I pay for it Prime.
well, okay, but right. But
They
let me
have to
ask
have
you
a
this though:
niche.
would it be a good incentive for you to keep going to GameStop?
Dude, I haven't been to a GameStop other than when I picked up this PS4 in like the last 2 years.
I haven't been.
I buy everything online. Best Buy's website's easier to buy it off of. They ship it to me. I used to be like, man, why does everyone buy shit offline? Why don't you just go in there? Man, it's just easier. Like, hey, I'll buy it right now. It'll show up a little bit later, and we'll see what happens. So, I think they're going to fail pretty soon. Like they're no longer going to be around, and it's just going to be what these other systems are coming in, and like being able to allow like other little stores, like niche stores that are going to come in. And that's what I'm telling you. Like when I told you I saw that retro store the other day, I was like, that store's going to do well. Like it's one. It's not like 1,000 of them. Like my street used to have like 3 GameStops on it. They don't even have one now anymore. So I'm not all that excited about going to GameStop. I still get I get their Game Informer magazine, but that's about it.
I get it for toilet material. I mean, let's see what's going on for a couple minutes. Once I'm done, let's get it done.
That's what it comes back to: toilet material.
Toilet material.
Let's pivot here. So we hit PlayStation. Okay. So Xbox last week released their dates early of their basically when they're going to sell the console and the price points. Like the Xbox S Series S got released early, $299. Then you have the $499 version, right? Those are the 2 that we got to choose from, gentlemen. And then you got the PlayStation just had their midweek announcement. We watched it. What did y'all think?
PlayStation, I thought was really good, man. I mean, and this is a shift because
Really?
I wasn't. I
It was
haven't.
the greatest.
No, it wasn't the
I think
greatest.
it was the
I'm not.
best game release of all the ones for the next generation. Hands and above, they showed much better content than Microsoft did for their system.
You know what it is though, and I really got to tell you this. You know, before getting a PlayStation 4, I wasn't always like I'm not even considering myself like a PlayStation fanboy or anything, but
You're sounding like it.
well, the thing is, man, is I got to give credit where credit's due, and I got to tell you one thing PlayStation does well is marketing their fucking content, bro. They know how to fucking juice it up to the core. I can match Xbox's like presentation. It's like a professor talking about a book, you know. And when fucking PlayStation comes out, I'm telling you, bro, it's like this fucking degenerate rock star who's like, let's go, guys, amp everybody up, and everyone just goes fucking nuts, and then they start talking about shit, and they're like, oh,
Halo
fuck
didn't
yeah.
go nuts.
Like they talk about, well, he's Android. I mean, it's different. It's a different, you know, it's different.
So Pale, tell us. Okay, so what did you think?
I thought it was fine.
Have you played any of the games that they were talking about?
No.
No.
But see,
okay.
Pello, let me ask you: if you honestly had a PlayStation and literally got to play it and play it for long periods of time, do you think it would change your outlook on PlayStation? Is it the only reason you're like that is because you don't have it? Like you don't like it? Like tell me.
That's like if you gave me an iPhone in my hand, if I would just go, just be gone.
He's like, I don't even want to try it.
No, I mean, from what I saw from the showcase, I mean, obviously Spider-Man, like that looked really good. And they started off the whole showcase with that, and then it just kind of downhill.
So like, I'm gonna tell you differently right here. So my whole deal with these next generations are they're gonna be pretty much the same. Like one's gonna have a faster this, one's gonna have a faster that, whatever, right? As long as they're playing the same stuff. So then it comes down to like cross-platform games that we play, right? That we can all play, get along with. It comes along with like the digital content, the digital content that they have in the aspect, and then it comes with what exclusives you got. What exclusives you got that are gonna make me jealous enough to be wearing it? And like Microsoft doesn't have anything. They have absolutely nothing. Like everything they
there's
have,
nothing I'm jealous
I can play
about
on the
Xbox.
other system, right? But then when I go the other way, like okay, right off the bat, like how bad did Microsoft fail with their Halo demonstration? They're like, it was like that's their flagship, and dude, as soon as that crap came out, you had the internet blasting them for like, man, it looks like it belongs on a 360. It looks like on an Xbox One, and like they just went off like it wasn't up to the.
So it was just a remastered version.
Yeah, I would tell you like the way they started the PlayStation one. What did they start off with? They started off with this crazy Final Fantasy, and it wasn't like a remake of a Final Fantasy. It's a brand new
Final Fantasy. How many
brand new
Final Fantasies do we need?
I know.
Okay, but
Final Fantasy all the time, but
let me tell you, it did. And here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about it, man. That's what I'm talking about. They know how to market, right? Xbox brings like this. I don't know what it is or how they do it, but PlayStation just has this way of I just amping up the shit, man. And when they deliver, they fucking deliver. Have we heard before the PlayStation 5 showcase of Final Fantasy at all?
No
one had a fucking clue. That's my point.
None.
That's my point. Everyone was expecting Halo, right? So they fucking knew ahead of time, all eyes on me, because Halo's going to be our flagship, and they fucked it. They knew it. They fucking knew it.
I don't know how they got to release that game video footage and not know that it looked like shit.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
I'll agree with that because
I don't know who was like push the button. We're gonna keep going with this shit because like I think it cost them more backlash than they really needed had they not even displayed it.
Yes, I agree with that. That totally agree with that statement, man. Spider-Man, Miles Morales, everybody was fucking stoked. Now, one that I was honestly surprised about that I'm actually kind of curious is Hogwarts Legacy. Let's be real. Everybody wants to be a fucking wizard.
So,
right? And
like,
yeah, but we don't want to mess with your wand.
Oh,
it's all crooked, dude. It's all like it's just like I heard.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. PG. Wow. You know what?
So I'm gonna say like they came out. We'll drop some of the video footage. I thought I'm not. I haven't played really a Final Fantasy since 3.
Man, being so Hufflepuffy, man.
Hufflepuff, man. Hufflepuffy. What'd you guys? Okay, what'd you guys think of? What do you guys think of?
The Final Fantasy looked good. Like I haven't played it since 3. The video footage, like for not doing a remaster, not coming out, it came out slamming with that. Miles Morales, 60 frames. It looked beautiful. I mean, it looked
that game, and his moves are different. Same world, same environment. It's great.
The only other than him trying to hold the bridge together, which was kind of cheesy, like.
But that's the typical Spider-Man savior. That's the whole Spider-Man heroic savior pose, man.
That's like, okay, you are now a Spider-Man game or movie. You held together a bridge.
That's like Noob. Like he's always having a flex. So like he's pulling a Spider-Man move.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I'm excited. Like the only, and I heard someone comment earlier, like. They felt like they didn't get the full like experience with the Miles Morales version because they didn't have the controller in hand, like that vibration feedback you get. So
yeah,
remember who told you about that new controller, bro?
Speedy's gonna be sitting on his.
I like to put it like as tight, like in between my legs, so I know what I got. I'm holding on.
Yeah.
I'll send you some video footage, Palo.
Yeah.
And then you got your Hogwarts, and it looked good. Like.
It's pretty cute.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
Looks pretty interesting.
I like Harry Potter, but I'm not hardcore. But that one looked fun. It's a breakaway from
that
monotony of Black Ops.
It would say a different story behind you. It's like Potter, he's got a sorting hat.
I bet you got a robe and everything.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
He opened up his wand box. He's like, I got this one. It's made of mahogany.
So I'm actually really curious about Resident Evil. I will tell you this.
So hold on, let's go in order. They had the Black Ops next. Nothing really. Anything
not excited.
Crazy on it. They had this weird game called Village come through from that. I don't really recall anything.
That's Resident Evil.
Okay,
Village?
That's what it was.
That's Resident Evil 7.
They renamed it. They renamed it for that thing. So it looked good.
So Resident Evil 4 and 5, I wasn't really too excited about. I didn't play those.
They were good.
They were clunky.
But 6 was the previous one, right? That was the one that was previously.
Not chunky, clunky.
Right, 6 and this one's 7.
A lot.
I gotta tell you guys, I played the recent one, 6, and that is an awesome, extremely well done Resident Evil. If you guys have not played it,
can you run and shoot at the same time?
Can you?
No.
Can you?
No. Yeah. Well, then you don't expect Chris Redfield to. Okay. Calm yourself down. But the Village.
I can do it in Destiny.
Actually, looks really, really well. No, but let's get real. Can you though? I've seen your aim. Can you?
We still need some of that game footage from both of you.
Yeah.
Throw a grenade, attaches it to his back.
So we have a death loop, which I forget.
It's one that was supposed to come out earlier this year. It got delayed. It's essentially that time kind of loop where you got to complete all these kills in the row. Some people talked about it being something new and interesting. It just really didn't jump out at me.
It
had like a little bit of a flavor of
Flavor Flav.
No, like the way the kind of vignettes of each character's name, it kind of reminded me of what's the game that we were just talking about last week that they're gonna redo the multiplayer for? I can't even remember right now. It'll come back to me, but it just didn't. It really just didn't look like groundbreaking or nothing that I was gonna spend any time with. You had Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. So upgraded version for that series.
Tell me who was not excited for fucking Oddworld.
Have you played? Hold on, Bish.
No.
Have you played it? Devil May Cry? I know you don't. You don't
I played Devil May Cry on PS2.
You don't play anything but Destiny, so
wait.
I played Devil May Cry.
Did you beat it?
Yes.
Okay, so you played Devil May Cry 2 and 3?
On PlayStation 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you played 2 and 3?
I don't know. there were some. I was reading some chatter on the internet about it. They're somewhat
5 is
excited
really
about
good.
it. They have a lot
Oh,
of people that really like it.
good. Just
There's some people are just really upset that it wasn't an upgrade for the system. So like, I think this is going to be one of those digital things. And so like, if you own the Devil May Cry 5 on the PS4, you're not going to get the upgrade. Like you have to pay the full fledged, $59, $69, $99, whatever the heck
trying to
that
squeeze
price
every
point
dime.
is. So, but like you can't blame like some of the I mean, these are all publishers, right? So it's like each publisher, are they going to put the effort and time in to do that? The next one that they had come out that Noob Face was pretty excited about was Odd
You
World.
think?
Souls.
Dude, Oddworld is such a great fucking series, man. Stranger's Wrath was really, really well done. Munch's Odyssey, Abe's Odyssey. Those
I
are
enjoy
great. They're great original stories, and they're very different from the typical run and gun first FPS type games. More puzzle-esque.
Yeah, they're
type
side
games.
scrolling, kind of 3D-esque.
So
Puzzle
I don't
games.
know. Yeah, I don't know how this one's gonna be, but I mean, it's Oddworld, and I'm very, 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 very interested. One that really took me by surprise that I'm actually curious about is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Well, hold on. So one of the
Wait.
things that were said about that game was that the publisher was claiming only PlayStation 5 could run Oddworld. That this was the only system that was going to be able to run it the way they wanted it to be run.
What?
So I'm not sure that was really the take that was coming off of it. It just
PlayStation's money.
I mean, was it PlayStation saying it? And like you got Xbox
Yeah, but they paid
the
fanboys.
publisher.
They paid them. They paid them.
They
Oh
paid
my
them.
God.
Oh my
They paid them.
goodness! So I'm hoping like we get to see more of that game.
It's kind of like when I see people say good things about Star Trek. I'm like, they were paid. These guys were fucking paid.
That's all you have.
they gave
they
them
were paid.
Doritos and Mountain Dew, and they're like,
Yeah.
say something good online.
Doritos
Yeah.
and Mountain Dew.
Say something good.
I'll give you a captain's outfit with the butt missing. Oh, done.
I'll give you this picture of Deanna Troy. It's never been released.
Yeah.
Wow.
Say it good.
Wow.
Say it
Yeah.
good.
They're saying anything about her.
No.
So another one we also have besides Five Nights at
Starfleet
Freddy's
uniform
was
never looked good. So
Demon Souls.
So, but hold on, the Five Nights
God
at Freddy.
dang it.
Dude, you keep jumping. You don't let no one else talk about it. So, Five Nights at Freddy. How popular do you think this game's going to be?
None.
in the kid world, pretty popular.
I will tell you right now, it is the most viewed video from Sony's official site as to all the game releases that are coming out.
Really?
That's what I thought.
It
I
is
would've thought
2
Spider-Man.
times more. When I checked it, they were at over 400 and something thousand views for this particular game versus Miles Morales, which was next, and it was like at 225K views for that game the day after the launch. So it looks cheesy.
Anything
I
to
know
make
my
the kids
little
quiet.
one loves Five Nights at Freddy's. Like every little kid out there, like I don't know how many of them are going to be buying a PS5.
I don't know honestly what it's about, but I just
like
know it
this
looks. I don't know what
creepy-
it's looking about.
It's
Yeah,
this
it's
creepy,
creepy.
like
You have to buzz them and
it's like
That's
Showbiz.
weird.
What's that other like animatronic bullshit game place? It's like Showbiz, Chuck E. Cheese kind of deal. Like these things are come to life and they got their own names and basically like they run around. Think
you
of
have
it
to
like
survive.
you have to survive each night. That's what's called Five Nights at Freddy's. And there's a lot of like cam footage, at least on the mobile game. So like you have to spot where they are so you move out of the way. I'm not interested in it, but like I know little kids are going to be driving out there to be playing it. This is their first console release. Everything's been mobile before.
It's kind of like
It'll be
Five
interesting
Nights
to see
at,
what the
Noob's
sales-
house. Too scary for me.
You know what's scary at Noob's house? Going in the restroom after him.
That's your downfall. You never do that.
I'm like, well, there are matches in there. Then he wash his hands.
Is it in VR?
Remember in The Crow when he's like, "Hey, Lake Erie once caught fire from all the crap floating around in there." Fire it up! All right. So what else we got, man?
Then you had your Demon Souls.
I'm
I
not a
don't even
Demon Souls
remember that
fan.
one.
I honestly, it seems like a game that would provoke me to punch my controller.
It's a Dark
This
Souls
has happened
series.
before.
I think really what happened is that they went back to the original release for it to capture the name for Demon Souls. It looks great. The loading times looked amazing. It looked badass. One of the things that's just kind of really interesting on this is the first one they've released that they're saying it's the $69.99 price point. So
Oh,
if you really want to play this game, you got to fork out
seriously.
$70. And like Noob and I were talking about this, I was like, man, that's a huge ass jump. Like, what,
70
what did you say
bucks, man.
earlier? It's like a couple more generations. What was going to happen?
I said, and it seems like every generation is jumping in the $10 range. I said, once we get 3 generations more, feel like games are going to be $100 at least.
So
$70, man. That's just unnecessary. I mean,
It's
even
a-
60 is high.
in this particular game, like it's like a love it or hate it kind of deal. Like I have one of the Dark Souls games. I have Dark Souls 3, and like I enjoyed playing it. I might have to go back and try to play it, but it annoys the shit out of me when I die. And so like the thing is, like you upgrade your character based on the number of souls you have, and if you want to get to a certain upgrade, you have to carry. It's like coins, but like think about it like in Sonic. Like when you hit something, you lost all your coins. When you die, you leave everything you have like right there. And so if you don't get back to that spot and pick it up before you die again, you lose it completely. And like I think I got to one of the boss portions and I wanted to pull a Noob and just smash the shit out of it. And so I was like, I'm done with this game. Done.
Yeah,
So
my whole thing is I don't think a $70 price point would be bad if you didn't take into consideration the fact that everyone's spending money continuously on season passes, add-ons, for content, whether
So
it's
what would help
aesthetic
for that
or
extra $10? I mean, are we looking like, hey, you're paying 70, but you're getting a little bit more game? I mean,
but how do you tell? And that's a good question, because how do you gauge? What amount of game we're getting now that's in the $59 price range versus what would be in the $70? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially Demon Souls, that game for $70 is going to go for 59 on Xbox One X or Xbox One S. So where do you tell me that that's where this money's going? Is just because you're now in the next generation console that's where your 10 belongs? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I can see it both ways. The fact is, like, games price haven't increased all that much over the last generation. Like, you see $59 for pretty much the price point. Like, and how long has Xbox One been out and PlayStation 4? Like, you have other things. You have other things that appreciate higher in value based on, or like with inflation. So nothing's been jumping up, but like I also feel that we've been shortchanged in a lot of aspects of it. Like we'll get all these only multiplayer games, and there's like no other content other than just multiplayer. And so like some of that pisses me off. And then like the iterations where they only give you a little bit, and then they give you and like it's got to pay $10 more for the next portion. So I feel like they've parsed it out. So like if it's a complete game and there's nothing else added to it, I might not have a problem playing the $69.99, and if I get everything else that comes with it. But if they're gonna like nickel and dime me later on, like, oh, for this next portion is $9.99, are they gonna pull a Destiny where they like drop like some new content every like 5 months, and they charge me a full-fledged price for it, but I still gotta have the old one to play the new one? Like, I might be a little pissed.
So it was released in November 2013 in North America.
Which one? The Xbox?
Xbox One.
Yeah. So
that's a good 7-year mark, it seems like. So I honestly don't know.
I mean, goes up and down too. So right. We talking about price, economics.
Voodoo economics. Voodoo economics.
So that particular game's out there. They also had Fortnite. Yay. Nothing great. Nothing there. But I kind of think like the next big story is going to be the PlayStation Plus aspect of what Sony's going to be trying to do. Starting when the PlayStation 5 releases, they're going to open up a whole group of games that basically are PS4 games that you can be playing on the Xbox 5. You got Batman Arkham Knight, Battlefield 1, Bloodborne, Days Gone. That's a great game. Detroit Become a Human. I have no idea what the hell that is.
I played the demo for that. It's not a bad game.
Fallout 4. You got Final Fantasy, whichever one.
But it's not as large
15.
as the Xbox, version of this, right?
The games or like the listing? No, I think
how
it's
many?
just like it's Well, I'm going to read them to you. Listen here, sir. God of War, Infamous, Second Son, Last Guardian, Last of Us Remaster, which I have on disc. It's a great game. Monster Hunter, I hear a lot of people like that game. I haven't really played it. Mortal Kombat X, Persona 5, Ratchet and Clank, which is a good one, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. I enjoy Uncharted, and then Until Dawn. So, like, every single one of those are going to be available once you go live. So, like, if you don't actually pick up a system and you just want to go PlayStation Plus, like, you have some options there. I think it's a good first instance of getting some stuff out there to compete with Xbox. I mean, like, Xbox, they have their tier 1 drops, but like everything else on there, I mean, I think it's kind of trash. So and then now that EA is going to open up, EA has some good stuff on there. So I'll be expecting to play some of those games.
I still think Xbox has the lead on that because they teamed up with EA.
So now with the EA up, I want to see what that's really going to be like, and like how fast we're going to get their tier 1 EA games, because you don't get those day one also on EA Play too. So it may be a little bit longer and delayed, getting some of those items out, but at least it gives you a lot of options. They're going to have their own specific games for launch. So you got Spider-Man and all those other that are going to be out there. You have possibly the Dark Souls version, that's going to be available too. So I think PlayStation is going to have more to play right off the bat, unless you're going to be using Xbox's gargantuan Ultimate Pass to try to play some of their older games. Like, you're not really going to have anything new on the system that was made specifically for, unless it's a manual update. So, I mean, you got to take that also in count when you're looking at it, if you're trying to future-proof against something that's going to be there a little bit later. But
yeah,
I see a lot of exclusives at PlayStation that I really like.
And so what do you guys think about like that last game that they had pushed out, the Ragnarok?
So,
bro, I have God of War, and that game is legitimately
God of War is a great game.
Awesome.
And
I've never played them. It looks, I mean, the ones that I've seen before, they're
really good.
Like yeah.
And so, but I also have some questions about it. Like, they never really talked about this game ever being developed before, right? We didn't see any game footage. So it's kind of like back when we saw the DC Day when The Rock comes out as Black Adam or whatever he was doing, and we see absolutely nothing about it, but we just hear about it. Like, I think it's the same kind of deal, but the release date, did they say 2021 or 2022? Depending on it. We'll have to check on that one. We'll throw it in the notes, but
let me see. Hold on. I'll take a look and see.
I'm excited about that. Would be pretty cool. Like, kind of bring it into, instead of like the Greek time period, like kind of moving it forward. Now you'll be the Nordic kind of deal.
How many games before were there? I mean, I've never played it because I don't have a PlayStation. So
it's coming to PS5 in 2021. It does not give an exact date, man.
So
I mean, that's just.
There's
probably.
At least 5 of them right now. I know of that for sure. So.
And I mean, that's just what they probably did. I mean, they honestly, let's just say, probably made this like intro for the showcase, and you'll probably hear nothing for like a good 4 or 5 months, and then you'll probably begin to start hearing trickle information.
Yeah. So there's 7
and then it'll start releasing. Yeah.
So starting all the way back from the original, like I think PlayStation 1 or 2, and then PlayStation 3.
I really went through it. So the cool thing is if you have PlayStation Plus right now, you can download God of War 3 remastered for free.
I gotta do that,
which I do have, and then I also have God of War on PlayStation, and it is a phenomenal game, man. I mean, just the graphics alone, and just the different scenery, different portions, places you go to. The boss battles are ultimate. Phenomenal, great looking, great fun boss battles, man. I mean, yeah, it's that game's amazing. It really deserves every reward it got when I think the Game Awards came around 2019, if I'm not mistaken. It won, and well deserved. Oh, and you're laughing?
Yeah,
you're fucking laughing?
Yeah.
Fuck PlayStation.
I've never played it, so I mean, but I'm not talking trash.
Hey, when this COVID's over, he's gonna be like, "Hey, noob, can I come over to your house?"
Yeah, no shit, man, no shit. Yeah, Yeah. Hey,
I
what's
need
that?
to review
Hey,
this
Noob.
game for the show. Can you
Yeah.
at least give me 5
Yeah.
minutes on your
Hey, Noob,
No.
what's that?
controller?
What's that? Is that a PlayStation 5?
Can you bring it?
I mean, can
Can
we
I
just
bring it to work
Can you
so
turn it
we
on?
can-
Can you
Bring
turn
it
it
to
on?
work.
Can I bring it to work so we can play? We can talk about it.
I'd like to spoon it for just a little bit.
I know. I'm actually just really torn. Like, if they have really good exclusives, stuff I really want to play on PlayStation 5. I don't really have anything on Xbox, but I know that's like what we as a group play constantly. And eventually, at some point, I'm probably going to get it just because of the Xbox Pass and EA. Like, but there's nothing that's going to make me want to buy it like day one. But then if the chance comes up, like, I could probably do it. Like, probably go sell myself on the street, down on Cherry Street for a little bit, get a couple dollars.
A couple.
Just a couple, man. I've been aging,
Oh
bro.
my god.
Not pretty either. So
Oh.
we'll just have to see what happens.
Woof.
The only thing is I'm excited about both. That's what some of them say to me.
Woof.
They go woof, woof.
Woof.
But I think they're barking at me.
Oh my god.
Like
That's
Deuce
too funny,
Bigelow,
man.
bro. Like, did you say steak? No, I said this was a mistake. Oh, look at you, got me all excited.
So, all right. So I think we threw down quite a bit of information for everybody to chew on. So,
I mean, I'm interested in
Again-
knowing what people want. Like, would you want to
Yeah.
be playing PlayStation or do you want to be playing Xbox?
so definitely
game
for
do you
those
wanna play?
watching, let us know what you guys are interested in getting. If you are getting anything, what is it that you're interested in buying along with it? Any accessories, games? What would be your first choice? Let us know, man. We want to know
What
about
child
everything.
are you selling to buy it?
So,
Yes.
so with that being said, we
Please
just
let
wanna thank
Cyberpunk
you.
come out next month.
Yeah, we just want to thank you so much for watching and enjoying the content. Please continue to support, and as always, you can check us out at Instagram at Next Level Official Podcast. We'll be linking that down in the description. Boop, 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 boop. Come on, guys, hit it, Jesus!